What are we on?
Yeah.
Grand.
Outside! Our sass! Our arts!
Welcome to our art podcast.
Yeah, nice.
So it's me here today, Luca, and I'm joined by the one, the only. I swear I say that actually about everyone we get on, so no offense, Bill, but Bill literally is the one, the only. So yeah, the one, the only, Bill Eiffert.
Yeah, they threw away the mould.
You what?
They threw away the mould when I was born.
There's none other. None other.
No.
None other.
The legend. People call me legend. Legend.
Wait, I say legend. I've never met anyone else who says legend.
Well, great minds.
Honestly, it really is. Matt made us come on here today, just the two of us. He is here. He's just hiding behind the scenes because he thinks we've got something going on, doesn't he, Bill? He thinks we've got a good vibe.
Yeah.
A connection.
Right then.
So, Bill, why don't you start with telling us how you found 1853 Studios? Because you were here really early on, weren't you?
Yeah, I can never. I'm not very good at dates and years and stuff like that. It all just sort of blends into one. Yeah, I think it was about 219. I started doing some work at home, some collage stuff. Perhaps we'll get back into that later. Anyway, I was sick of being told off by my daughter for using the kitchen. Dad, you've got to move. We're doing tea now. Dad, you're taking up too much space. So I thought it was about time that I actually look for somewhere to go so I can be alone and not be bothered by anyone. I forget how I came across to 1853.
You were good. You're good on the internet, Bill. I'll give you that. You do troll.
Yeah. Anyway, I came, met Rachel Nettles, the owner and lady that set it all up. And as soon as I met her, there was just something there. And then when I was walking from the main door up to the lift, I thought, this is it. I hadn't even gone into the studios at that point.
You mean that big white corridor?
Yes.
Yeah, in it. The white corridor has...
There's really something about that place.
It's so weird. I think we should do a little exhibition, like a mini one
I'd
down
love
there.
to, but I'm told...
Yeah, I know.
It might be a little difficult because of security.
Yeah, we've definitely... Rachel has done an excellent job at making this place so secure. That
But
now
it would look cool, wouldn't it?
But now
with
we're having
some
to go...
paintings and stuff.
Oh, it'd look amazing because it's so like just the
Well, you
raw...
got the recesses, haven't you?
Yeah.
And the paintings could go in there.
It's like pillars, isn't it? It's like these really...
That's right.
Yeah. So I just want to talk about something you just said there, because last week we recorded Deggy's episode, and it's not going to be last week for the listeners necessarily. We're ordering them in our own way. But last week we recorded Deggy's episode, and his like sort of trajectory was like, my parents wanted me out of the house. I was making loads of work in the house and they wanted me out of the house. So what's interesting here is this is the parent in the house annoying the child.
That's right.
So maybe
true.
you should tell everyone how old are you, Bill?
I'll be 71 in September.
Excellent. And how old are you, though, in your mind?
A maximum of 17.
I think in your mind, you've actually done the reversal. So what's that Benjamin Button thing where, like, you did the important older stuff when you were younger, and now you're, like, the young person. Don't you think that's how you've got? That's the energy I get from...
I'm reverting back to a child.
Yeah, exactly.
Not like people do when they're old.
Yeah. But not in the way... Not in the way you're meaning there, Bill.
No. I think I've always had a a young outlook on things.
Yeah.
I think I might have mentioned before, all my friends, when I was working, they were much younger than me, 20, 30 years younger than me. And I really enjoyed it. I've not felt old. The only time I felt old is when, there's been illness or something like that. But I think I've got a very young mind.
I would 100% agree. And I'm sure Matt would as well. Let me just see. You agreeing, Matt?
Yes.
Yes, he is. He played the yes button.
I don't want to grow up.
No.
I would like to find out a bit more about Younger Bill, though, because I don't know anything about Younger Bill.
I am super curious about Younger Bill, yeah. You know how, so for the listeners, I'm just going to update them a little bit because there is so much that we want to talk about. So if I just say, you started painting in your 60s, right?
That's
late
right,
60s.
Late 60s.
So people are starting to get to know this phase of your life now from all of your work, your paintings, and this young mind that you have that you're exercising and getting creative with. But what was it like before this, Bill? What did you do when you were younger? Why didn't you paint before?
How young?
I don't know. Well, between 0 and 60.
When I was a kid, I was drawing. I used to love envelopes coming, like birthday envelopes and stuff like that, because it meant I had something to draw on, because we didn't have an awful lot, and certainly didn't have enough books of paper and stuff like that. So I used to love getting envelopes. Started from there. Then as I became a bit more independent, I started going to the library, and at that time the library also had the gallery upstairs. This is in the old building in
Oldham.
In Oldham.
Yeah.
And I used to go there on the Saturdays once I remember to take my books back. And there was a large staircase that took you up to the gallery. And this is an old Victorian building. And it was such a wide staircase. And the higher you got to the top, the more you could smell the oil paints and the linseed oil. And that has stuck with me for the rest of my life. It really has. That moment of walking up those stairs, opening the doors to the gallery, seeing these marvellous paintings. It was, it made a huge impression. A huge impression.
What age is this?
About 10, 11.
God, that is quite young. Yeah.
Yeah, that was an introduction to art.
And did your parents they take you then when you went there?
I'm sorry?
Did they take you to the gallery and to the library, or did you just take yourself?
It was a simple buzz ride, and that was it. I went on my own. I love that. I love that. There's something. There was like a dome on the top floor where the gallery was, and the sunlight would flow into the place, and it's an illuminator of painting here, and then after a while the light would turn around and there's an illuminator painting here, and I thought this was marvellous. Absolutely marvellous.
Like magic.
And then you start looking at the paintings and you see the little brush strokes, the tiny little brush strokes, and you think, how did they do that? How do all these little brush strokes create that piece, that seam, that face, that nose, those eyes? And yeah, I fell in love with art. At school, I was meant to resit my GCE art exam, which I failed miserably at. So I had to spend 6 months at what was the art school on Union Street, Lyceum, and I just treated it as a joke, really. I didn't take it too serious. I've said before, there's two things I learned: to chase girls and to sniff glue. And that was it. So I didn't actually take the exam again. Probably because I was too stoned.
I don't know about you, Luca, but those two things did not surprise me at all.
Not at all. No.
Art school girls are the best.
I think you're still
I've always believed that.
You're still doing both those things, Bill.
Am I still doing those things?
Yeah,
well, I don't chase anywhere now. I get up rather early and walk.
Steadily venture towards.
Oh, no. There's, you know, I do have a past, but there's some things that you wouldn't be interested in.
Oh, I'm sure I would, but let's stay on track.
I wouldn't like them to get out, it was what I'm trying to say.
I see. Ooh.
Yes.
Probe, Luca, probe. Get them out of him.
What?
Probe.
I'm scared. I'm 100% scared. I'm scared.
I'll
I'm scared. I'm going to stay on track. I don't know about you guys. I am just, how do you get from obsessed, like fall in love with art? You've got this like really euphoric, almost spiritual experience when you're younger where you're like, whoa. You're doing your very basic qualifications at art and you don't take it super seriously. No. Why is that?
I was a bit of a rebel.
So you knew that you were interested in the art.
Why didn't
from when you were younger? Yeah, why didn't that continue? That kind of like excitement or like passion,
life and music.
Okay, music.
Came into being, and there was still always girls, and well, you know. So
the girls distracted you
a lot, and I kept telling them no, one at a time, and yeah. Anyway. I left college when I was 16, but I'm getting on for 17, and got a job at Halfords, which was probably the highlight of my life. I did take the art thing seriously to Halfords, where I used to do the window dressing. So I do know where to put spark plugs, I'll tell you. I know where spark plugs look really good. Yeah, that didn't last long. I moved to Manchester. Well, I met, who later turned out to be my wife, Sheila. And we moved, well, we left home, both of us left home and moved to Cromwell.
So what age are we at here, Bill?
Late 17, early 18.
That is so young.
Yeah. Sheila was expecting at the time.
Gosh.
And we went to live with some friends that I'd met at Oldham College. And it was man, it was something like the young ones. It really was. They were wild. And but I enjoyed it. And anyway,
this energy.
I got married to Sheila a month before baby Wendy was born, and that was it. That's when I started to try and grow up.
I see.
I found it a bit difficult.
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, I was still. We were still children ourselves in that respect. A year later, we have a son, and
Wait, were you living with other people in a house share with kids?
Oh,
or-
no. We got married. We had our own house by that time, just a council house. But it was ours, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a son, and then we bought a house. I didn't know anything about it. Sheila came home one day from work and said, we've got a house. And it was just up the road, actually. And I'm still there
You were
now,
like,
and it's like
all
47 years later.
Wait,
Still-
I'm sorry. I completely
I'm
didn't
sorry.
get that. You got the house then,
Yes,
and you're still in that house.
I'm still in the house.
Bill, you just never cease to amaze me. Like, what?
Listen, Sheila died in 2000 of breast cancer. She'd had it 5 times before, and each time, they said that we've got it. We've got it. You'll be all right. And then it'd come back again. And she'd had a full mastectomy, and that was awful watching us having to suffer. Although, to be honest, real honest, she didn't give me the why me thing. She was very, very, very strong. She was a real strong woman, and she went through all the treatments and what have you. But one time, her last one, she got it, and I was convinced she was going to get over it.
Because she already had,
Yeah, she was going to get over it, and then one day, bang, right in front of me in the living room. Oh. That was difficult.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. And then found I was on my own, and had some money, of course, paid out death in service and a pension as well. So I went to Sri Lanka, which was the last holiday me and Sheila had together. And I went back to the same hotel, and there were beach boys there that would get you anything, you'd get your cheap cigarettes or, whatever you wanted. And they remembered me, which was great. They saw me come to there was a fence that led up to the beach, and then the sea, obviously. And I was standing at the fence, and one of them saw me, and crikey, I could not believe the welcome I got off them, And
Bill, you're not very forgettable.
Oh, well, I'll give them big tips, you know what I mean?
Well, one way or another, it doesn't matter how you do it.
Yeah, they were good blokes. In fact, one of them, I used to send him money every month, but he lived just outside, I think it was Gaul, and when the tsunami hit, everything went quiet. He wasn't sending any letters back. I don't know what had happened, whether they'd been killed or I don't know. So that was a shame. There's been a couple of partners, more lust than love. You know what I mean?
I do.
That's our lives, isn't it? Yeah, getting
Don't
back
worry.
to reality. It's what I suppose you want to know about. I was basically at home suffering. Well, by this time I'd had 5 heart attacks. The first one, I didn't know anything about it. I just sort of passed out. However, when I came to the ambulance, people were there. And then it was only about 6 months ago, Wendy told me that when I'd gone down, I'd swallowed my tongue. And she actually got it out, or whatever you do.
Oh, my.
So in that respect, I suppose she saved my life, which was kind of her. I was fitted with an ICD, which is a fancy pacemaker, but it actually gives you a shock once the heart rate goes out of certain parameters. And that's happened to me 15 times, which has left its mark I still suffer some of the consequences. I've got traumatic stress through that as well. For instance, when I'm plugging anything in electronically, I think it's going to
get you,
shock me.
Yeah.
That's every time. And I know it's illogical. And when I start to unplug, for instance, my laptop or whatever, this is being silly, Bill, but I do it very gingerly, just... Anyway, I've had, I forget what they call them now. Is it not a fake? There's another word for them.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're talking about when you get...
Phantom.
Yeah.
Phantom. I used to get phantom shocks. Like I'd be lying in bed and all of a sudden I'd feel like I'd just been shocked. But I mean, like I'd just been shocked. Real. And, you jump up like, you automatically would do. And it got so bad at one point, I actually went to the hospital, to the cardiac department, and asked them there and then, would they give me a scan to see if these things were real? And although it was out of their time, they'd gotten to know me by then, that time. And they said, yes, sure, come on, we've got 10 minutes, we'll get you on there. And it turns out that there was nothing there. I wasn't having them, but it was in my head. It was so real. And I dread them coming back. I've had a few. I got ill with my liver a few months ago, and it became a little bit infected. So I got a bit feverish. And I had 2 of these phantom shocks then.
You said that when you generally feel very young.
Yes.
But when you feel old is when you feel
old
poorly.
Is when I feel old.
So
That's when I feel old.
You've gone to a place here where you're starting to feel old during these experiences. How does that, because you've taken us through your life, you've sort of talked about it a little bit and touched upon those different phases during your life. But now we're in this part of your life where you are feeling more poorly, more regularly, or whatever else. But this is also the time that you've taken up your art. And are those things correlated?
That's right.
Your health and your...
I don't think so. Well, maybe. It was just one day, like I say, I was sitting around the home thinking, well, isn't it about time I did something? I mean, there isn't a TV program or a video that's available that I've not seen about art.
So it always just existed as this
existed.
Interest, or
always. I was shocked with what you can get away with.
You mean contemporary art-wise?
Yeah, it wasn't Warhol that said it. It was some guy who said it before him, but Warhol stole it in a way. Art is what you can get away with. And I look around at stuff and I think, yeah, you're dead right, mate.
KUPOD is Oldham's only professional podcast production company. This year we produced a variety of shows with Northern Roots Oldham, Oldham Community Radio and fantastic local charity Little Lady Locks. We've helped local businesses like NB Dog Training, 1853 Studios and Billington's produce their very own podcasts. Be sound with KUPOD. Visit kupod.co.uk.
You've got this obsession, you've got this interest, and you're always watching anything to do with art or consuming it.
Yeah.
You decide to make that decision. You've always done a bit of collage. You said you were doing some collages at home and stuff.
That's right.
What's that moment like, though, when you haven't done anything for 50 years?
Well, I had to choose a way of, artistic expression. Wow. Sounds pompous, doesn't it? And I thought collage because, you've got magazines, papers, and all you got to do is put them in a pretty pattern.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't have to mean anything. It's just, does it look nice to the eye?
And it's quite tactile, that, and quite and you quite almost very meditative because you small and
get me into meditation.
We will.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but it somehow it didn't really satisfy. I'd done some photography, a while ago before the digital stuff. And I enjoyed that. It wasn't so much the end result, it was the taking of the photo that I enjoyed. Yeah, you know, with my little light meter and what have you.
So it's the process of it.
The process, that's right, that's the word. Anyway, these digital things came out and I thought I'd try that. And I was really enjoying re-editing photographs. There's one that I have, it's just outside my studio now. It's two guys talking at the side of a canal. And there's a barge there and it's a very misty day and what have you. And I thought, well, I can take this further. Rather than just that simple shot of these two guys talking. I found a load of apps, free apps on net and what have you. And I ended up with something that looked like it had been drawn. And to me, I'm just so proud of that thing because it turned out just as I wanted it to. I was doing other things as well. I was contacting women.
What?
If I could, yeah.
Oh dear.
If I could use, if they had any, particularly not,
Had any what?
Photographs that they would allow me to use. So I could, again, look at them in a different way. Rather than just the lady there, so what? But if I do this or I do that, let's see what it looks like then. And some of those are, I'm really, really proud of them. I enjoyed that. They become Zen moments, don't they? You know that as an artist. There are moments when you're so into whatever you're doing that nothing else exists. Time doesn't exist. So weird. Nothing. It's a pure Zen moment. And those moments are fantastic. When you come out of them, it's like you're coming out of a dream.
It's exhausting. I find it exhausting. I find it exhausting. I find that I'm exhausted afterwards.
It's fabulous.
It takes a minute for me to readjust. Yeah. But like Bill, so you doing those things, like it's so interesting because one of the things that I say if I'm describing you to people, right? And don't take this as an offensive thing because I'm kind of leaning into your age here because what I basically say is that you are of an older generation, but you are so unique in the sense that you are not afraid of the world.
No.
You are so open to the world like a child. Like you are so inquisitive.
Absolutely.
You are not afraid of technology.
When that goes, insane. I'm dead.
Yeah, I guess you will be. So touch wood. But what I mean is that, I have other older generations that, in my own family or people I know or whatever. And there's such a sense of fear around technology and change and like the world as it is now and this yearning for a time before. Whereas you are always at the forefront. And even if it's something that us as young people, like, so for instance, I know you've got quite into AI and like looking at AI editing and stuff like that. And like you said,
it's the future. No matter what anybody says, it's here. And it's not going to go away.
But even those apps where you were like editing those photographs, that's AI essentially because it's something doing something to it.
Not to the same degree as what AI is now.
No, but even young people are afraid of that. But you're not. You're not. You are so open to the world. And I just find it inspiring and really unique. You don't see it in people even who are half your age. And I just think it's incredible. But first, you actually come back on that. I know you were going to say something then, weren't you?
No, it's just that the world is a wonderful place.
Yeah, yeah.
It truly is. I mean, obviously, I'm fortunate. I don't starve. I don't freeze. I don't bake, heat or whatever. I'm loved by my family.
Yeah.
I think I'm loved by others as well.
Definitely.
Life is wonderful, especially when you've been so close to dying 5 times. You get a different outlook on life. Although I've always had this younger outlook, but when you've been so close, and I really have, it's not, that's not hype, I've been close. You look at things differently.
Yeah. So you picked up the paintbrush and you decided to move into paint.
Yeah.
And why, how, what? you've got a lot of strong influences, and I see it.
I just thought it was progression.
Yeah. Well, it certainly is. I mean,
However, I have no training really. I've only had to stay at art school or not done as much as I did at art school. I might have learned something. But there was something, as I say, I've always loved art, and some of it is, a lot of it is stuck there. And I thought, well, I'm not talented in the respect that I'm a painter. So let's look at something that I can do, doesn't require, and I might offend some people by saying this, doesn't take an awful lot of physical skill. And that's when I got into colour fields. Looking at people like Rothko. Yeah, I know people are going to say, you're talking rubbish. There is an awful lot of skill. Yes, there is an awful lot of skill, but that skill is not the physical aspect of painting.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's a level of skill to your work, and maybe it's a good time for a listener to have a look at some of your work, and they can find it on Instagram or on your website. But that's a side note. But maybe have a look at the same time, Bill Eiffert. But you have an understanding of layering.
Oh yeah,
which I think is actually really key to things like colour field painting.
Yeah, I enjoy that. Sometimes I'm not really sure. I want to paint. What am I going to paint? Don't know really. Tell you what, let's just get a canvas or a piece of paper or whatever, and let's just put different colours, different layers on as thin as possible. Let's see what happens. And then you get to a point where you've got different parts of the canvas or the paper will take up the paint more. So you start seeing things develop within those layers, different shades of things, and it starts to grow from there. And it gradually starts building up in your mind. You begin to start seeing something. So you begin to work towards that thing. But I've tried working to a drawing, to a real idea that I thought, right, if I do this first, then I move on to that, and then no, it doesn't work for me.
Yeah,
it has to be immediate, or
sort of
something that develops organically.
Yeah. Bill is doing a wafty thing with his arms right now, just to give you some idea.
Bill, so can I ask a question? I mean, because I'm interested in the bit in between, into what we've not spoke about, like what you've done after you left Halfords. You went to you went to art college. You went to Halfords. Yeah, you worked there very long. You put the spark plugs in the window. What have you done for jobs over there? Have they met?
I've had various things.
You were in a band and things like that.
It was no big deal. Yeah. It was no big deal. No, really, we just enjoyed playing together and just the usual sort of tomfoolery, really. One place we played out, we told our friends that where we're playing anyway, these guys came in late and started a riot. We'd played already, and they were shouting, "Where you want Willie? Where you want Willie?" And they had to close up.
Willie is you, yeah?
Well, yeah, it was the Willie Eiffert band, yeah.
That was the name of the band.
Willie Eiffert.
And what kind of music did you play?
Basically, it started off with like Fairport Convention type folky things. Then we got into a more Crosby, Stills, Nash type thing, the Eagles type thing. We started writing our own. I wrote the words, and my friend Dave, who was a magic guitarist, he would put them, do the music. We'd have fun doing that.
I feel like there's a story of like how the band grew really large though at one point.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
You just kept letting people in, is that right?
When when we were living in Manchester, me and Sheila with this group of young ones, everybody played something. You know, it was the thing, Monday. You know, you play something. So at one point there was like 7 guitarists in the band because they all wanted, you know, to appear on stage and what have you. They were rubbish, but they're our mates, and you know, mates. We have a good time together. So that was quite funny sometimes, trooping on. Yeah.
Because I'm just interested, Bill, in like, you know, when someone's obviously very creative like you are, and you've got that passion for music and for art and things, and then sometimes the types of jobs we do facilitate some of that, some of that for us, and sometimes they don't. I just wondered what if you you know, if you had long periods where you didn't do anything at all that was artistic and creative, and you were doing jobs that were not.
Oh, you mean straight jobs?
Just kind of like, you know, just
what do you do for money?
Family life,
for dollar.
Just.
I've worked in a commercial bakery, and that was just like that was horrible. But I worked for an electronics company, a big electronics company, and I won't mention them. And it was, in fact, I had to sign top secret documents and stuff like that because they were doing things with making parts for nuclear, power stations or planes and weapons, which I wasn't really keen on. But, you know, was I going to give it up? Was I going to give up a good job for my own ethics? And I chickened out, really.
How long did you do that for?
Oh, about 7-8 years. It was a good job. I was a quality control guy. Yeah, it was all right. We had one hell of a manager. He was so strict. It taught me a lot about buckling down. You know, when you've got something to do, you get on with, you do it. I did various things, like I say, a QC. I was getting into metallurgy as well because we were using ceramics, and we have to check out that the ceramics are the right quality and stuff like that. So I got into, with the help of one of the guys there, and one of the scientific types, he showed me how to go about doing metallurgical tests on these things. It was quite interesting, but if only it wasn't for a manager who was known as a bit of a
bad egg.
A bad egg. Yeah. He was just too tough for his own. You know, there was just no need for it anyway.
But these jobs, I mean, like Matt said, like were there like things you learnt from them?
No.
But I think there's always a correlation, though, where regardless of whether it's like, because I think often when someone's in a job that they hate, that inspires a desire to, you know, like Joy Division, Ian Curtis wrote, Love Will Tear Us Apart at the...
there was an escape.
You know, there was,
the artistic thing, there was an escape.
What was that, though?
Well, probably just listening to music at that time.
Yeah.
I had my guitar and whatever. Fender Kingman brought in the mid-1960s, came over from America, and it cost me an awful lot of money at that time, but hey-ho, I still have it. Listening to music, and that's basically about it. There was no sign of me taking up brushes or anything like that. Say I had 2 kids, and
priorities.
Those things, those sort of things to do.
So it's something that's taken a hold in the absence of work.
Ah, yeah. There you go.
Say, doing the stuff in the kitchen and what have you. I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the fact that I was actually doing it. I was doing something for for God's sake. I wasn't just sitting around watching TV or whatever, or just sort of getting in the car and going fishing, you know. Although I did enjoy that. But this last few years this has really been the flowering, you know.
So I think we need to get into this, don't we? Because since you then picked up your paintbrushes and you started making, and you opened that floodgate of like inspiration, it has just flowed. Like you have created so much work.
It has.
Your studio is so full.
I didn't really know that there was that much in me, you know. I get dissatisfied with my work, don't forget. There's an awful lot done, but it doesn't really mean an awful lot, so we start on something else.
Yes, yeah.
There's quite a few, as the exhibition, that's probably the cream of the stuff that I've done. Plus, there was a couple more that didn't get in the exhibition, which would have been nice, but...
Giving me the eyes. Let's get on to that then, your exhibition, because, so then Bill makes all these incredible paintings, and you are a bit of a legend within the community.
Yeah, a legend.
And I mean, you are end of the legend. You are. And so I think everyone was pushing a bit, saying, you needed an exhibition.
Well,
let's do it. We've got this gallery space now. We don't have anything on, and we feel like you need to take that step. Yeah,
I mentioned it in the video of the exhibition that Gavin did, and we were having a monthly meeting, and Rachel said, what are we doing next? Rachel said, Bill's doing an exhibition, and I said, Bill's not.
And then everybody else
started piping
Bill
up.
is.
Bill, you're doing an exhibition. Anyway, God. No, I'm not really that kind of guy. But I'd love it.
I think we did know this deep down.
It, Yeah. Anyway, there was an awful lot to do. A lot of framing, a lot of expense.
Yeah.
But fortunately, there was somebody there at the time who was the great assist to the whole thing. And it was an absolute joy to work with you. Really was an absolute joy.
I feel the same. It was one of the best things I've done.
To coming in.
Yeah, me too.
It was really good. Anyway,
it was a special week of putting your exhibition together.
It was. We had some good time. We worked hard.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I ate. I hadn't actually physically worked that. Do you know how heavy some of my paintings are?
Hanging an exhibition is hard work. If you are doing everything, here we don't have a technician. I am, and whoever is doing their exhibition with me is the technician and the curator and the everything. Yeah. So it is a lot of work when you're doing it here. But
I know, but we had a ball.
Oh, it was great. We had the best time. And I think we were able to look at your work through a completely different...
Absolutely. It didn't look different.
It was just amazing.
I was knocked out by my own work. Yeah. Seeing it in a different way through glass with a frame around it. I thought it looks marvellous.
It really did. It elevated everything. You started to see so much clearer the conversations between... I know we were laughing about this, but I was going on about the conversations between things a lot, and you like, shut up, stop being pompous or whatever.
That's right. Yeah, I'm not into pomposity.
But I was trying to say in an unpompous sort of way that ultimately there's so many motifs pompous. And things that you bring into all the paintings, or some of them and not others, and it's tracking that little thread of it's like a narrative that you're bringing through all of them, and don't forget recurring shapes.
Don't forget, I'm not trained. I'm not bound by any walls. I can do whatever I like. You mentioned I mentioned Rothko earlier. Yes, Rothko is known for his colour fields at the end, his later work. You want to see his early work. It's nothing like that. Nothing like that.
And it's so often that...
Everything is new to me.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much to learn, so much that I'd like to express, but I don't know how to do it. But let's give it a try. Let's see if I do this, this might happen. Yeah, there's so much. I'm not bound by anything. I can do anything. You've seen my work. You've seen the range of the stuff,
it's
like
true.
the geometric stuff.
Yeah.
From geometric stuff to really hazy, dreamy.
Very dreamy.
Thing. Yeah. Yeah.
You really do have like, it's something that I think a lot of people talk about, but like the energy in your work is really strong. So you create, like with the layering, I think it is this layering where you create these energies.
What kind of energy?
No, I don't know whether it's
Because
I certainly
I
feel
don't want
it.
active energy. I want people to go within, you know.
Yeah, I'd say that. I mean, whether it's from an internal space or not, the energy is really strong in the paintings, and I feel that it comes from a lot of this layering, and there is an aesthetic energy there with like the edges, the softness of shapes, the way they blend and move together. It's like a scene where you've never been before or something, but you're there and you're wondering what it feels like, and you're thinking about the warmth or you're thinking about the cold, and there's stuff going on.
Don't I use nice colours?
You do. A lot of red, which we really like here, I must say.
Yeah.
Red is a strong colour.
Yeah, I like warm colours. I'm not a great lover of green.
No, there isn't a lot of green there.
No, there isn't.
There is blues, though. You do go with blues a lot.
Yeah, this, well...
You do. I mean, you do. It can't be denied. But we were talking about your exhibition and how it's made you feel afterwards.
Oh, yes.
We had a really interesting conversation today.
I was so high at the end of that exhibition. I began to feel it when I was there. You know, I was actually talking to people, and believe me, I'm not very good at talking to people that I don't know. I'm okay with you guys. I'm okay with people in the studio. I know them. They're my friends. I'm comfortable, but talking to perfect strangers is a bit difficult.
Yeah.
Although, because of my age, I know how to play the game. You know, I've learned what you're supposed to do to what they call this socialise thing.
I know. It's
it
an
can
act.
be a game.
Yeah, it is a game.
It can, and I think I know the rules. But the more I did it, the more I warmed to it. And I thought, this is quite cool. At the end of the exhibition, having sold 9 paintings, which I found absolutely amazing, which just about paid for the framing, is the come down.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And Bill came into my studio today, sort of with your tail between your legs a little bit, sort of like, I'm finding it. All that, yeah. And you were sad. You were feeling sad and you were feeling low. And I said to Bill, I said, I'm sorry. I should have told you.
Yeah.
I should have warned you that it's horrible. Like the come down after an exhibition is really, really hard to deal with. Yeah. And people don't really talk about it enough.
I can only relate it, and I hope you might cut this out, is when I've taken things that I shouldn't really take. And when the effects is worn off, you think, it's horrible.
Well, Matt's definitely not taking that out.
That's just how I felt.
Yeah, it does.
For the last few days, I've not been in. I've been looking for an excuse not to come in because I don't want to face that place. I don't want to face, how can I put it? I don't want to face my own personal nightmare. It's gone, it's done, but I want more of it.
Yeah.
I want more.
Yeah.
In fact, to the point that I actually am on YouTube advertising now. And I've spent some money on that. I'm getting loads of views.
You said to me, you said, my ego's involved now.
Yeah. Well, it's true. It's true.
I know, it's awful.
I want more, Mummy. I want more.
Yeah.
It's such a good feeling being up there when you're getting such nice comment and heartfelt comments about your work that you never thought you were going to get.
Yeah.
And because I'm so hard on myself anyway, like I say, I've done loads of stuff, but there's only a few that I really think were actually worth the time and effort.
It's absolutely not the
when
case.
somebody says, I really love what you're doing and stuff like that, and you get an idea that there might be 99% being honest, that
I feel like you have started to believe in what people say more. You sent me a message afterwards, saying like, the voice in your head was wrong,
Yes,
about
absolutely.
the feeling of like constantly
Absolutely.
doubting yourself. And I felt like that was just the most wonderful thing to hear.
I am worthy.
You are. You absolutely
And
are.
anybody that's listening to this or you thinks about taking up painting, you are worthy.
You are worthy.
Yes. In fact, I'm going to have some badges made. I am worthy.
Well, I'm conscious that we've gone on a while, haven't we? But
yeah.
I just wanted to mention that, and that the after effects of your exhibition, and that you also said as well, does this mean I'm an artist now that I feel this way? And I was like, yep.
Yeah.
Being an artist is horrible.
Yeah. It's horrible.
Horrid. It's ups, downs, all around. Like, it's just not always good. But I did say as well, like, I get the feeling from you that you have pure joy when you're making your work.
Yeah.
And that's something that you have to try and hold on to.
Absolutely.
Because you love it, don't you?
I do.
I think a lot of
do.
people struggle with it, but you love it.
I do. I've found it's within me. It's part of it. It's always been part of me, and it's emerged now.
Yeah.
It's emerged, and I want to nurture that emerging.
And this is
energy.
only the start, so you don't know how much further this will go, and that's the exciting part.
I'm already thinking of taking ideas further.
Great.
I'm waiting for a print to come tomorrow, and I'm going to do something with that, which you might be surprised if it works out.
Oof, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts, Matt? I don't know.
I just feel like you said, it's the start of something. You found your space, you found your people.
Yeah.
You found a place that you're comfortable, people who believe in you and who you believe in.
Yeah.
And I hope that you want to show off your work more, and that is the first Bill Eiffert exhibition of more, and then you're obviously going down other ways and exploring things.
I'd like that. There is one regret that plays in my mind, and I've caught myself saying it a few times. Why now? Why this late in my life? I mean, I'm like the three score years and 10. There's more behind me than there is in front. So why does it start now? And my logical mind says, because it's time.
Yeah.
This is your time.
I feel so strongly and deeply that that there isn't, it just can't be forced. I feel like I'm of a completely different generation to you, and we are constantly told.
You might be like two generations.
Yeah, two generations down. Yeah. But we are constantly like fed this idea that if you're gonna sort of succeed, then it's gonna be like before you're 40 or even before you're 30. If you reach 30 and you've not done what you thought you would do, that you've not done it. But actually, I feel so strongly about myself that I have so much more work to do. I am not going to get there anytime soon, but I understand that maybe one day I might. But what's interesting about seeing and coming along to an exhibition like yours, or even reading about the greats that we're talking about here, a lot of people worked later in life. Like they had their best and key moments later in life.
Yeah.
There's a spiritual maturing, I think, that happens. And that's definitely what is the case with you as well, in terms of the subject matter that you actually tackle within the work. And I just think it's inspirational for me as a person of my age to see you doing that and flourishing because you're so ready and it's happening now for you, you know? And I know you say, why now? But I think you're right. And when you say, well, because it is now and that is it, because it's time. Like, I really feel that. And you just don't know anything. You don't know what's ahead or...
It's like I had to go through all the rubbish to get to this point.
Yeah. Honestly, Bill,
it's weird.
I think if you'd have stayed at art
it?
school and you'd have done it the way you should have done, I just don't think it would have happened.
I don't think. I just
don't think you would have either, overdosed on glue or whatever. I don't know.
And speaking absolutely personally, I wouldn't have learned life's lessons.
Yeah.
If I'd have done that.
Yeah.
It's, I'm not saying that my life's been terribly hard, but there's an awful lot of it that I wish I could erase, I wish I hadn't had to go through that.
But I think that's why we were so curious for such a lot of this episode about your life prior, because we're just simply curious as humans, but because we know that although it might not be completely coherent at this point, you've been influenced in some way, whether it's just a rejection of or an influence from these things, they still have influenced you. It doesn't matter either way. So I think that's what's most curious about your story.
Everything's an influence.
Yeah,
Everything should be an influence.
Yeah.
I think for me, Bill, it's kind of like you are perfectly who you are. Like, I can't imagine. The reason why I was curious about the kind of jobs you've done and the things you've done in the past is because I can't imagine you as anything but what you are.
So true.
You are just Bill, the painter, the artist, and
I've been Bill the shirt and tie. And everything
but
else.
that doesn't fit with my perception of who you are and what Bill is, because in the here and now you are Bill, the artist, the painter, and that is so you. That suits you down to the ground.
Because I'm maturing as a person, as a singular being, this you are seeing me.
You're moving into yourself.
Yes.
So that's the thing. That's the thing about why now, because
it's a spiritual journey.
The why now thing is when you are being like you. I genuinely believe this, that we all succeed at whatever it is we're supposed to be doing, and by success, it's not monetary. It's just in terms of happiness and contentment, and when we are being who we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you are now. You're being who you're supposed to be.
Love that, Matt.
I had this huge thing about what will people think. Well, you come, you get people couldn't give a damn about you, basically.
People couldn't give a damn about you, babe.
No,
No, but that is
you're important to you.
Yeah.
You're important to you. I'm important to me. But am I as important to you as you are?
Wrong person to ask, Bill. I think you're just as important. But I know what you mean. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you were talking about your ego before. Your ego is caring what other people think.
Yeah,
once you let go of that, once you don't care what other people think, then
but we've got to live within bounds, haven't we? We do have to show some self-discipline. Otherwise, we'd just be freaking out all the time.
Yeah, but what not caring about what people think frees us up to do whatever we want to do, because when we care, sometimes we restrict ourselves because of what we think other people will think of us.
Absolutely.
Or we act in a certain way so that people will think a certain way of us. Well, when we strip that back, I think some of that is to do with aging, and some of it's to do with experience.
Absolutely agree. It is aging.
My kids didn't really realise what I did until they came and saw the exhibition. the way I see it is, it's just dad, that's what dads do. But when they saw that
what you
in that exhibition,
who you are,
and they were quite surprised when looked at the video. They were visibly shocked by what. And it's not that I'd kept them away from it or I'd hidden it. It's just that I didn't see any interest there. So,
But we do
let them
play.
get on with their life.
We play these roles though, different roles at different times of our life, and it seems like you are
all
really
the world's a stage, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but you are really moving into the key role, which is now you, which is just super, super interesting, and a concept that you could think about forever. Like it's so. And it's like I say, and I'm repeating myself, but it is inspiring to see. It's massively inspiring. I think it's so important to have you and figures like you around. Yeah. But Bill, if people want to see your work, I know we had this conversation as well today that you're really not happy with your website at the moment. But
no.
If people wanted to find your work, you're not going to change the URL, are you? So if we give people the URL, they may see it change.
It's out of date. There's an awful lot of work that's come after what's actually on the website.
Yeah. But what is the website?
I hope to get that up to date. Really, really do, because I see how important a website is to an artist.
So tell us what the website is, Bill. I know you're afraid, but...
It's BillEiffert.com. However, I don't want to confuse anybody, but the new one will be BillEiffertArt.
Oh, it will be new.
.com.
Bill Eiffert Art.
It will be. It's not there yet.
.com. Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye out for that. But in the meantime,
I'll let you know.
You do keep your Instagram pretty up to date. So what's your Instagram?
My Instagram?
Like your name on there?
I'm not sure. I just press a button and it comes up.
The links will be in the show notes.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, head to the show
Please
notes.
click the link in the show notes.
Yeah, I think it's Bill Eiffert. I think so.
I'm pretty sure it's Bill Eiffert too. All right then. So we're gonna sort of end it there, but with Rachel here in spirit, we are going to ask the question that Rachel always asks at the end of these podcasts. And it is...
Bit personal, isn't it?
Well, let's see. What's for tea, Bill?
Well, I'm not sure. I don't know. This is totally honest. There's a problem parking. I mentioned it before at our house. And... when I get home, there might not be a space, and I'm damned if I'm walking a mile to park my car someplace else. So I might come back here and go down to Premier Inn just for the night. It's nice to be able to do that.
I literally love that. Bill booked himself into the Premier Inn for the whole
serving meal at 10:30, so it's got to be done before.
But he booked himself into the Premier Inn for the whole time during the exhibition install, so that you were just like super sharp and on it, and it was like a little holiday for you, wasn't it?
That's
and we
right.
would finish up at the end of a day.
I've not had a holiday for a couple of years now. Well, since the last time I was in Moscow.
But it's brilliant. You'd come in the morning well rested, and you'd had your breakfast.
Great beds. Really comfy beds.
And then you'd be eager to get home and get in your bed and watch TV, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Of an evening.
And you can also pocket all the coffee sachets. And even when you're walking out, they've got them all there, so you can just take them. Well,
What have they got on then, though? For your meal? What do they have for tonight?
At home?
No, at the Premier Inn, if you go there.
Probably it was really nice. It was just a pasta with sun-dried tomatoes and a hint of garlic. It was very, very nice.
You're doing pretty good
like
with
that
your
because
food.
I know you're vegetarian.
Yeah, but we've had a lot of conversations about food, haven't we, Bill? And I've managed to get you more into a vegan, vegetarian diet.
There, girl. I've always been there. It's just that it's difficult when there are, sometimes 3, sometimes 4 other people at home.
Yeah, that makes a big difference.
And, Wendy works from home, and I don't expect her to start doing stuff when she's finished. And the The others just don't want to do it anyway. So, yeah.
Oh, well, it's premiering for you then. What about you,
It
Matt?
might be. It might be.
well, yeah, it might
I'll
be.
go home first, see what the situation is.
See what's on
and then
offer.
I'll come back down. I'll come back down here. In fact, I think I ought to get a bed here.
Don't tell Rachel. Matt, what's for tea?
I might go to the Premier Inn. Have a mixed grill.
Can I
something
come?
like
No,
that.
it did not have anything like that.
Did they
which
not?
is pretty poor. It's a pretty poor limited menu.
Ah. Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know?
Nope.
I don't know either, you know. And that's a first for me. Usually I do know, but I'm
It's usually
It won't be a hunk of cow, will it?
we can be sure of that. That's one thing I can tell you. All right, well, let's call it quits then, shall we?
while we're ahead.
Yeah. you can
Before it descends any further.
you can take your teeth out now, Bill.
On camera.
If you want.
Fine.